Amit said he's not going to make it. Um, so let's get started. Jerry, why don't you begin for us?
Yeah. So I don't know if you were aware, John, but we had a massive internet outage this morning. Like
Like,
AWS was like broke.
oh, really? Like, all like across the country, nationally, or
No, not nationally, internationally,
international?
worldwide.
Oh shit, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got good news.
Yeah.
So everything affected was in the U.S. East One region.
Mhm.
We have all of our stuff out on the West Coast, so actually we weren't affected.
Oh
But
wow,
like, I'm
that's
not
good.
even kidding. Everything. I was trying to leave a comment on Reddit earlier this morning, and like stuff is still down right now
Yeah.
because they're trying to catch up.
Huh. Was it accidental or intentional? Do they know?
They're saying accidental. They're saying DNS related.
Hmm.
Which is interesting because Friday night AT&T had a big DNS outage, which
Interesting. Right.
which I found like it affected some of our users. Like some of our users were thinking they were getting kicked out the app
Right.
because AT&T's DNS was broken. But no,
Hmm.
I have AT&T here, and I was able to confirm it's like it was just a DNS. But we have to figure out what's the best way that we can communicate that to the users because this user Lara was saying, I'm kicked out without explanation, and it was just that AT&T was having problems.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess at best right now we have the no internet toast warning, I suppose.
Uh, don't think she even had that modal. Um, yeah, I don't think she had that modal even. I was trying
Well,
to
the
watch.
internet wasn't disconnected, so it's not an internet problem.
Right, she wasn't disconnected, but it was like,
Oh, it wasn't the internet wasn't what went down?
well, I guess what Ismail's saying is that she had a connection, but it was that the DNS couldn't resolve, so we were having an issue connecting to the server. I mean, you got something to
Mm,
add?
mm.
Yeah, if she was able to get Google, then she will be registered as she have internet. Because like we're paying in Google for to know she has. I'm not sure if Google was affected by this outage, but
Well, it's the AT&T DNS server.
oh, the AT&T now. Like I thought like the AWS. But okay, I see.
Well, AWS was this morning. AT&T had an issue Friday.
Hmm.
They both probably won't affect Google though, no, because Google has their own servers.
But the DNS though, Ismail.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the way the DNS works is that if you ping Google, your phone has to connect to AT&T first to find out where Google lives. And if it can't find AT&T, then it won't know where Google is.
Mm, oh, I see.
Yeah, so you can go and you can adjust the DNS settings on your phone. You can actually use Google's hosted DNS with AT&T's internet. And once you do that, everything just starts working again. So yeah,
Is that
John.
resolved, the AT&T one, or is that still down?
No, AT&T was temporary Friday night.
Uh, but yeah, I
Uh,
heard about the AWS one this morning. It was affecting like the UK. You can't access banks and stuff, so that one was big.
That's crazy. Um,
yeah,
and you said they're still working on it, huh?
yeah. What happened? They were saying is it turned into a chain reaction where the
Mhm.
DNS broke, and what that did is that broke the AWS queuing system. So AWS requests were not working for like serverless and scalable websites. It just like slowly piled onto itself, and everything's still kind of catching up. But again, it only affected websites they're saying that were hosted in the US East Virginia region. All of our stuff's West Coast.
Right, right,
So
right. Hmm. Okay. Um, okay. Well, what else do we have going on then?
yeah. So I went checking some of the invites that we had from South Africa.
Hmm.
Uh, Checking this weekend. We
Mhm.
had, I mean, counting the ones that Amy sent. Let me actually start from Saturday. Counting the ones she sent, we had 24 clicks.
Okay. Clicks.
Um, but as you can expect, the only ones that resulted in downloads were the ones that she sent.
That's so crazy.
So have you had the chance to kind of talk to her about that more? Because like,
Yeah, I asked her to see if a friend can do it on the Android.
mhm,
And I have another person out there. Remember the one that gave us misinformation?
yeah,
I told her like, hey, if you want to help, because she's like, do you still need help? I'm like, yeah, but you can't give us misinformation, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. We'll see. I might put you in touch with her so you can make sure she's like either screen recording or even on Google Meets or something where you can keep like a real direct log of what she's doing.
mhm.
Um, yeah. Actually, Amy did get back to me. Hey, I just tested it out with one of my family members' Samsung and it worked perfectly fine.
What is perfectly fine.
I know, right?
So
She
I
said,
do
so
not.
thinking my friend Nathan's really into rugby and no, he's talking about a separate subject. um, yeah, I know, perfectly fine. I mean,
I don't see any new onboards from South Africa from invites. So that's what I'm saying. Besides the ones that she sent out
mhm,
this weekend, yeah,
yeah,
I don't. Let
and
me make sure this is hers too.
okay, and she's
Uh,
responsible for several of the clicks. You said 20 something clicks. Her and her friends might have gotten like 5, 10 of those.
mhm.
So it's starting to go down a lot.
Yeah. So yeah. With that said, is what are your thoughts on this? What do you think? Do you think there's? Do you think people are just not clicking it, or
It has to do with
what are your doubts now?
yeah, I think it's because she's on an iPhone.
You think it's just because she's on an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know for sure, for sure.
Well, I
Um,
mean, have we tested sending WhatsApp invites from an Android in house?
um, yeah. You
From an
mean
Android? I know on my
didn't
iPhone
didn't
I have.
Ahmed? Yeah, Ahmed did that, right?
Oh, yeah, let me think. Yeah, Amit has an Android. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. At first, it showed up as spam, but we fixed that.
Hmm.
But like at first, also he couldn't even access his contacts, right? So there's some issues, but fixed
Hmm.
all that.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, did you ever get a, a link invite sent from an Android to somebody?
No, I did not do that. Um,
Okay. If you could, it would be really helpful to know if they're getting it. It's just insane, like what's happened. Okay, so I had Amy, this girl who is a community manager in the South Africa chat, help me out over the weekend. She's being really helpful. She invited a few people. She's on an iPhone, which she says is very, very, very rare. She said everybody's on Android and everyone uses WhatsApp because everyone's on Android. She happens to have an iPhone. She invites 3 people. They all get the invite. They all click the link. They all go to the Play Store, and I don't know if they all have Androids for sure, but I think they do. But they all download, no problem. So between me and her, everything's fine. But then at that same day, there were over 200 invites sent, over 200, and none of them converted except the ones she sent. It's just
hmm.
mind bending how this could be like still dragging on and like no answers here yet. Really, what could it be? There's two possibilities now. It's that it works because it's her iPhone, or people are ignoring the invite. But it seems impossible they're ignoring because I go back through their daily reports. Like I can go back to August and I can go look at the end of August, let's say, and take a whole month of data, and it's like a 30% click plus 30% click rate, and now it's 0.009%. It just doesn't make sense. It's not possible.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like have we thought of maybe someone trying to exploit the invites? That's why we have a 200 invite. Like
No, I'm
something
watching
going
the
on.
replay. I can see
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see users diligently selecting people. You can tell by the way they scroll and the pausing, like that they're thinking about. I think I'll add this person, but no, not this person. And
Mm-hmm.
they're like trying to add people. Their circle trust, just like they do. And have been doing for months and months. And when it works, like here in the U.S., it works fine. But it's the same behavior. Like I could see them doing it. Um, I'm certain there's like over
Oh,
counts.
you have do we know like those 200 invites was sent from the latest version? Because that the version that we did the fix.
Well, it's people in onboarding.
Yeah, it would be majority would be the latest version. Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. We were gonna try something. Tell me what you guys think of this, Jerry. We might as well, if Amy's right and everyone's on an Android, we just don't do a landing page because we don't need it, and we just send everybody to the Play Store.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is if they're in South Africa, we just send them. We generate a Play Store link instead of a invite link.
And that might maybe avoid a spam filter because there's no redirect. Is that a possibility?
I'm open to anything.
I mean, you can do that real easy, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. Let's mark the time.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I suppose anything that's already sent is too late, but it'll be any new invites, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll yeah, I'll get that set up today.
Okay. Um,
Cool.
I think we should try also doing the manual where, let's say, we got several people have invited several people, maybe between 10 people, they've invited 30 or 40 friends and family. We could try the Twilio, which is that trusted provider. I forget there's a term for it. um, and see if we get clicks and maybe get downloads too. But even if just getting clicks would tell us a lot. Like, okay, it's not that they're not clicking on it. Um, did you ever get any? You did the one like it was to users in Jamaica. Did anybody click on that?
Let's check. Do, 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 do. Um,
Let me message Amy back once. I want to see who this person was that worked perfectly fine.
no, none of them got clicked.
Interesting. Hmm. Well, let's do a bigger set now.
Mm-hmm.
And send one to me. I want to see what it looks like. Send one to me
Send
for an example of what it would look like.
of the Twilio invite.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Um.
I'll try to make it look as good as possible. Give us our best shot of, it's not going to be the same as P2P, obviously, but I'll
Mhm.
see what I can see about it.
And for these invites, do you want it to be a Play Store link, or do you want it to be you want to be a Play Store link, or you want it to be the invite redirect link?
Hmm, that's a good question. Okay, let's do let's do two tests. Let's do one with the redirect first, and then we'll do an equal sample without the redirect.
Okay. Um.
And then
Okay.
also we do have the last um, attempt to make a change was the bit.ly link shortener too.
Yeah, that was Bitly. Yeah. We'd have to up our plan. We don't have a lot of links.
Okay.
in
Well,
our-
we're not gonna run it very long either. It's just a test.
Mhm.
See if it works.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. Um. Okay. Let me send out one of those invites and all. But another thing was last thing about the cool kids screen. I have an update staged, but I didn't push anything out Friday. I just have the code done. There is. Let me grab that up.
Okay.
Um, it will. I have something that will also pull in. So what we did our last change is what we did is we pulled in the users that have you in their contacts.
Mhm.
So if you have me in your contacts and I onboard, even though I didn't allow contacts, I'll see you. I
Wait,
have another layer.
repeat. Wait, hold 1 second. Let me finish this.
Yes.
Okay, so if somebody onboards and who's in their contacts?
So if I onboard
Mm.
and you have me in your contacts, even if I don't allow contacts, I'll see you because you allowed contacts and you have me in your contacts.
Yeah,
That was a change we did like a couple weeks back.
that's
Um,
already live.
yeah, that part's already live.
Okay,
Um,
that works.
Now the next part, the next layer I added, which this is not live, is we take that list, so the users that have me in their contacts, and then we pull in their friends. We pull in the friends of those users.
Okay. Um,
Um,
well, my idea was that if you did allow contacts, which most of these people are doing,
mhm,
and you get to that screen with the suggestions, and it's like this person knows 3 people,
mhm.
that we take those people that are already in circles.
So wait, so
So if,
the people, so we take our contacts and we take the people who have those contacts in their contacts. I think I see where you're going with this.
kind of, yeah, like you don't have to necessarily, because a lot of them are skipping the screen where it says your contacts already
Mhm.
in circles. Um, which I want to make sure that's accurate because it's getting skipped a lot still. But but then it'll get to another screen where it says suggestions, and like it'll have, let's say, Danny, um, who's in your contacts. Maybe I have an emoji next to his name or something like that. But it says Danny knows 3 people in circles. Those 3 people potentially could be somebody I might know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's where I'd want to pull those to the cool kid screen. So if I share my contacts, um, Danny's not in circles yet, but Danny knows 3 people in circles.
Mhm.
Those 3 people.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're on the same page here.
Okay. Okay. Because I see that a lot, a lot.
Okay.
There's always like some people now in this user's contacts that it always says, at least says like knows 1 person in
Mhm.
circles. A lot of that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me explain an a possible issue here. Is remember how I told you about those accounts, like those online casinos and like those business accounts
Yeah.
where they knew a lot of people?
Yeah. There's one problem with that, which is like a lot of like Huawei customer service numbers.
Correct. So
Gives
it's
like,
like, yeah, like a Huawei phone is going to import that contact and then it's going to recommend to you anybody with a Huawei phone.
yeah, there's that, which I don't know what to do about that in general. Um, um, hmm. It's probably not a real easy way to distinguish that, is there?
Um, We can. I mean, if we know the phone number, we can just remove it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could start picking out numbers. There's been
Yeah.
plenty of them.
Yeah, if there's certain numbers that we want to exclude.
Okay. Okay. I can start working on a list.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So
All
cool.
right.
I'll do that. In the background, I'll work on sending you an invite. If you want to refine that to me, we'll find somebody. We'll find some people to SMS it to. Um, but yeah, I can work on that in the background if you want to move on to someone else.
Okay. Yep, sounds good. I do have some more questions about people that onboarded and some of the stats, but we can move
Mhm.
on. Let's yeah,
Mhm.
I'll come back. Okay. So Ismail, why don't you give your update, please? Ismail, are you there? All right. Well, we'll wait for Ismail to come back. Amin, are you able to give an update?
Yeah. So yeah, Friday I was mainly working on the merging the two steps on onboarding, like the phone and SMS. So to not have the issues with the keyboard, and yeah, it's I got it there, like the behavior we want. I just need like to have a little cleanups there and fixes, and it's gonna be ready. Let me showcase that real quick.
You feel like
Yeah,
it's not
it is.
it's safe like
Yeah,
not
like yeah, the experience is smooth and also it's safe. Like we're doing it like right, we're not like doing workarounds or anything.
okay, cool. Great.
A second, trying to put up Android. Um, okay, I need to log out.
I just got the notification, Jerry.
Yep.
Okay, one second.
You saying John? You following?
One sec, yes. All right. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, don't mind the buttons are closer to the keyboard. That's the things that I need to take care of because like the container of this, it
Mhm,
had to be redone. That's why like the spacing it's not respecting. So yeah,
mhm.
don't mind that. So let's just do the phone number and watch now. And the next,
Nice.
see,
Oh, yeah, that's great. Okay, cool.
change and regardless if user and also like if you do bad like the keyboard
Nice.
like everything else. I don't see the cursor here. I mean if I type
Mm,
it. So there's an issue. Oh, I see what's going on. That's what I have to. I'm not sure if you can see a little bit of white in here.
Not really. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I do. Oh, I do.
there's a little bit of white. That's like the other step. As I
Mm,
was explaining, like the phone number is like you see it, but like the SMS, it's like it's off screen, but it's there. Just
mm,
scroll between the two. That's why it is smooth. I just yeah, that's what I was saying that I needed to handle these cases like the input like keep like the step that it's focused, it need to has the input should be focused. So I need to do that.
mm,
Um and also like fix this onboarding sorry the buttons
mm.
that in but overall the base work or the groundwork of having this been working it's all done
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I see it's not quite centered. It,
yeah because of the issue it's not let me
it's
show
slid,
you this way.
yeah, it slid a little too far.
Yeah,
Mm,
let me yeah I know what's going on.
okay.
Give me a second, I need to answer this phone call really.
Sure.
So yeah, I was saying that it's not centered because of the other issue that I need to dissolve. What's up now? So I'm gonna do next. Oh, this is iOS. Sorry, and this iOS it has this thing because there's the captcha. The keyboard needs to be cropped. Uh, so I'm gonna do okay regardless. See the like this input has focus. It's like
Yep.
the cursor. So the issue that I need to fix now, if the user decided to go back, the phone number needs to be focused. You can see there's no cursor.
Yeah, you put it at the end, or
Yeah,
well, at the
it should
beginning.
be like yeah, it's gonna be at the end the cursor. So when I use it do back, I need to refocus this info again.
Okay. What about
So
the country code? Is it going to stay whatever was selected before?
yeah, like you can see the phone number stays as it was. Like I
Change it.
didn't
Yeah, change it to another one,
okay.
and then go forward and back.
Oh, let me do my phone number. Yeah, it stays because my initial one it was like Morocco, and I
Hmm.
changed it to the US. And when I went forward and I went back, it was there.
It was still Morocco.
No, it was the US. Do we want to change it?
Well,
I'm not sure I'm following. So
you want
let
it
me.
to stay.
Okay.
You don't want it to change just because you go forward and back.
No, we're not changing. Yeah. So let's rewatch it again and see if
Okay.
what's what are you thinking about? So it detects like I'm in Morocco, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go change it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And turn my phone again and do next.
Mm.
Now, what do you expect when I'm gonna go back?
This should be the U.S.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Like nothing changed. Like nothing will be. Yeah. So
I had seen people. Well, and this isn't the perfect test because like what was happening
yeah.
is they would have a different country, and they wouldn't
Mm.
change it, and they go back, and it would change to the U.S.
Well, my case it was like another country. I changed it to the U.S. and when I went back, it stays the U.S.
Yeah, that's good. What if you left it as Morocco and came back?
It's gonna be Morocco. Like whatever it's in here, it's gonna be here.
Okay. We were having a problem where it was.
Yeah, I know because like now the architecture is different now. Before like those I were there were like two different components, and
Mm,
when we want to show one we have to unmount and the other one it and mount the other one, and when the user go back to the phone it needs now again to mount back the phone step, which is like gonna rebuild the UI again with what was saved. Right now we don't do that.
mm,
Right now like you see the phone number is mounted,
yeah.
also the SMS step it's
So it's
like here.
maybe even better overall.
Yeah, yeah, it is there. Like overall, like it's Like the SMS step, it's like rendered off screen.
Yeah,
So when you go back, we don't like remount or anything.
right.
Everything is there. There's no re-rendering.
Less can go wrong.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, great. Um, yeah, and there may still be a thing while we're talking about country code where I might not be doing the SIM card, but I sent you that screen session replay, and it's a newer build, so like you should have a log on it to see if we went from the SIM card because this user in France was getting the wrong country.
Maybe I check that. That was before the SIM card changes.
No, it was build 89. That's our latest one.
Okay, let me check the logs.
Mhm.
Let me see if there's an SMS. No, it's not. The log that I did for the SIM card is it's not in here. It's not in this build. I
It's
just
not.
like, yeah, it's not.
That's what?
I
Oh,
remember that Ismail told you he did not merge my PR with the build. I'm not sure if you remember that.
yeah, but I thought maybe we did another build after that.
I'm not really sure, but like, no, it's not there.
Okay, so there is no build with that in there.
Yeah, but like the code is there. It should be available on the next build, and it's merged. I know that.
Okay,
But like, yeah, I remember now. He said like the build was like Friday morning, and my
mhm,
PR was like Friday evening.
I see. Okay, if you look at it, you can kind of see though what I'm talking about. Like,
Hmm.
seems like we might not be getting the SIM card for some reason, but it'd be better to diagnose when we have the
Hmm.
right.
I need to drop like for 10 minutes. I will be back. I have a call like um
Okay,
calling me again, so I'll be back in 10 minutes.
okay, sounds good.
All right.
Thanks. Ismail, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Um, let's get you up. Actually, let's wait. Let's wait. I can take 10 minutes. Give me about 10 minutes, and I'll be right back as well.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
What's up, Amin? You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. John's gonna be a couple minutes. He stepped away.
Alright.
Hey Jerry, still there.
Yep. What's up?
So I was kind of looking into the whole what's it called, like the mention, I guess, or what's it called, like not hashtag, the
The the tags, like the mentions.
the
Yeah.
tag, the tag, yeah. So
Uh-huh.
like the name tag. So I'm thinking about, well, there's kind of two ways to do it, right? First way is if we don't want to do like two-way pagination, we can always when a user clicks on a notification that is that tag type, because it's gonna, I think they're gonna have like maybe a separate kind of notification, I would assume. Um, then we can, that notification could have the offset for that message, and then
Hmm.
it can load everything until that message, and we can scroll up to it using the scroll index and flash list. Um, so that would be the easy way to do it, on both front and back end. Uh, with the obvious side effect of, what if there's a lot of messages in between?
Well,
Um,
my
it'd be very
counterpoint.
slow.
Yeah, my counterpoint there is I would rather not do that because what that would require is the back end still has to calculate the end offset. Well, no, actually, if because the offset can
Well,
change at
I'm
any
going to be
point.
passing the message key from the notification, so
Mhm. Yeah, we're passing the
mm,
message key,
you
but
could pass the offset too, technically, to
mm,
the notification itself.
well, imagine if the notification goes unread for like a day.
Yeah, yeah, that's that's what I'm saying. With there's with the major side effect of potentially having. Oh, you mean the offset would change?
Right.
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a well, but you can calculate it for the message key, no? Would that be hard? Because I'm gonna need
Um.
the offset regardless of what method we use.
So in
Well,
me-
actually, that wouldn't work,
yeah.
because it can change within a second if it's a busy chat.
Yeah. I would rather this be calculated on demand rather than proactively from the back end because
Yeah.
right now, because think about, let's say we get 15% of notifications clicked.
Mm.
That means if we do it, if 15% gets clicked, we're only calculating it 15% of the time. But otherwise, we're calculating it 100% of the time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I guess that's fine.
Hmm.
But is it expensive to do that? Like, is it slow? I guess is what I'm asking also.
Um, well, I'm trying to think. So you're saying you pass me a message key and I give you the offset?
Well, here's the idea. There's two ways we can do this. First one is we load everything up until that offset and we scroll up to it.
Hmm.
Second way is if we want to do two-way pagination, we load that message maybe 15 before it, 15 after it, or 10, whatever makes sense. And then we have to paginate both ways. So that means we also have to um, pass, you know how we pass next offset to the back end? Now we have to pass previous offset too, depending on where the user scrolls.
Hmm.
So that would be two-way pagination, which is probably the way we probably should go, even though it's more work on front and back end. Uh, it it avoids the scenario of having like 500 messages in between. Like for example, if you have a busy chat and you get mentioned and you want to open it, there could be a scenario where you have to load 500 messages to get to the one. Um, so yeah. But on both solutions, I do have to know the offset.
Hmm.
In order well, I'm thinking about, I think, yeah, because like the offset tells me, well, do we have to know the off? Well, yeah, yeah, because the backend gives me the offset. Um, so yeah, we have to calculate both ways now.
No, wait, why do we have to calculate both ways?
Okay, so again, solution number one, let's say we want to load everything. Like, let's say it's like, let's say you mentioned me, and then there's like 20 messages in between where you mentioned me and so I click on the notifications. You pass me offset of 21, right? Because it's the 21th message.
Mm-hmm.
So I load 0 to 21 and I scroll up. Done.
Mm-hmm.
That way we don't have to do any backend changes, and front end changes are minimum. Or we do have to do some backend changes where you have to calculate the offset, but that's about it.
Mhm.
Now the only problem with that approach is, what if, you know, it's number 510 now, that mention or tag. So now we have to load all 500 messages and then scroll up. And that can be slow and expensive. So if we
Hmm.
don't want to do that, we can do where we can do where we pass to the like get all message query or mutation
Mm-hmm.
the message key, and it would give me the offset of that message. Oh well, okay, so
Maybe
I'll
it's
pass
like
in.
a query. It's a
Huh?
query that you give me the group key and the message key, and I give you the
Mm.
offset. Is that
Well,
what
you
you're
don't give
looking?
me the offset. No, like this is not gonna be a separate quick. You thinking about it, you don't have to give me the offset technically. If we want to go with the second approach, which is the two-way pagination. Um, so the first approach, yes, I would need the offset. If you want to go with the first approach, which is load everything until that message, I would need the offset to load everything until that message. If you want to go with the second approach, which is load the message itself and maybe like 10 above it and 10 under it, I technically don't need the offset back. I need the data back by just giving you the message key. And then I would need you to calculate the next offset and then the previous offset, because
Mhm.
now we have two-way pagination. That makes sense.
Yeah. Let me think about this. I'm thinking we just go off the offset though. I I
What do
think
you mean?
I think it's almost a query. What would be most efficient, I think, is if I give. I'm thinking. I guess I don't fully understand what you're saying right now. I'm trying to get
Mm.
it, but I'm feeling like I could make it pretty efficient for a query where if you passed me the message key, I could get you the offset.
Mm, okay, and then I call the query with that offset, um, and then
Well,
I just
you pass
calculate
the
the
message key.
previous.
You pass the message key, and then this query gives you the offset of that, and then you can call. Then you can use that offset to fetch the messages.
Okay, so let's go with that approach, yeah. So now I again, so do you get the difference between the two approaches at least, or do you want to go over that again?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go over it one more time.
Sure. So let's go with approach one where we don't have backwards, or we don't have two-way pagination.
So, what do you mean by two-way pagination?
Two-way pagination is right now when you go in chat and when you start on the chat, you're technically at message number 0.
Mm-hmm.
And if you scroll up, you're paginating when you reach the end of the list. And if you scroll down, you don't paginate because everything is already preloaded.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you start in the middle of the chat and there's 500 above you and 500 under you messages, then you have to paginate on the start of the flash list, or if you reach the end of the flash list. And that's what I mean by two-way pagination.
You have to paginate on the start of the flash list.
Mm-hmm. So imagine you know how we always pass offset 0 and then fetch next like 10 or 20?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine I start with like 100 to 110
Uh-huh.
or 100 to 120. So technically in my cache right now, I just have 20 messages, right?
Yeah.
So what if I want to get if I want to get older messages, we already have that set up. That's if you reach the end of the list. Technically, that's the top. because it's an inverted list.
Yeah.
So if we go up, we reach the end of the list. Now, what if I want to get the newer messages,
Mm-hmm.
like the ones not before the message, the ones that were sent after the message? Remember, my initial request was 1 to 120, 100 to 120.
Yeah.
So what if I want to get message 99?
Mm-hmm.
I have to paginate the other way,
Mm-hmm.
which we don't have right now because we never needed to paginate the other way.
Mm-hmm.
We only paginate one way, which is next. We don't paginate the previous messages,
Okay.
or the other way around. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If we don't want two-way pagination, that means we have to load everything up until that mention. That way, everything is already loaded, and we're not paginating; it's loaded already.
Mm-hmm.
If we do that, it's gonna be slow in some cases. If it's a very busy chat and the user takes a few days to tap on the notification, it could potentially be 1,000 messages or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we want to take the other approach where I was like, okay, here's the message key, just give me like 10 on top of it and 10 under it. And then now we have to support paginating the other way around. So I would need, obviously, right now we have like next the offset. So we would need like a previous offset
Mm-hmm.
to go the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking that reverse pagination might be better because, well, I'll tell you, iMessage is struggling with this right now.
They are?
I don't know if you've tried to go to tags like very old messages. It's,
What happens?
oh, it's a lot of scrolling.
A lot of scrolling, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like
so what the
iMessage doesn't even jump. iMessage just.
scrolls you up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what my first approach would suggest is so for iMessage that makes sense because they have everything preloaded. Like everything's stored on your
Mm-hmm.
device. It's fast, it's there. They have access
Mm-hmm.
to the data. All they have to do is like, oh, let's scroll to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um so we don't have access to the data obviously because everything's on the back end. It's not stored locally on the device. So therefore we need to paginate or preload everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can imagine how expensive and slow that could be for a
Mm-hmm.
lot of case scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So.
that's why I'm saying maybe we don't need to get that offset because um well mm, I don't know how the back end works. Maybe we do need it.
I
But
think
I was
what we
thinking
do.
I pass in the message key. I don't need it. No, I don't need it in a separate query. If you think about it this way, the get all message mutation, I just pass in a message key. That's what I pass extra. From that, you'll be like, okay, let me get you. Here's like 20 messages, some under, some above. Now the backend now by default returns me the next offset. It just has to turn me the offset the other way around. So it has to turn me both options for the offset, whether it's next or previous. And then from that, I can take that data, and if the user calls the reach start of the list, I would call that offset. And if the user scrolls the other way, which is the end of the list, I would call the end of the list offset. So technically, I don't think we need a separate mutation. I think the one we have, we can just tweak.
Hmm. That query for the get all message is optimized enough to where it would be hard to add in another variable.
Mhm.
Because if we add in, well, maybe not. Maybe I can just fetch the offset myself. Now, here's the catch though. Imagine you'd have to handle this fine Imagine if it's a message that gets deleted. I would give you just an offset of 0 in that case.
Mhm.
You would have to account for.
Or probably like a negative offset indicating that I'll just start at the beginning.
Okay.
Or 0. Because
Mhm.
yeah, that works too. Yeah, 0. 0 works fine because I don't have to handle negative. 0 means just start at the start of the list,
Yeah.
indicating that message does not exist. Yeah. Yeah.
I just want you to keep in mind that it may not exist.
Correct. And that's fine. Yeah. Um and again, you don't have to answer me now. This is just me kind of I mapped it out in my head. I looked at the different options we have, and I thought I'll share them with you so you can start looking at maybe how you want to handle it from the back end. You can come up with a whole new solution that's better than both these options. I don't know, but this is what I came up with so far. So, kind of just sharing it with you so you can kind of maybe sleep on it, think about it, see what's the best way to approach it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think we can agree on option one is probably not a good idea.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so option two is the only valid one, which is two-way pagination so far. Okay.
Mhm.
Hey Jerry, I just sent you a screenshot of that invite I got.
It's because the sender isn't in your contact list, John.
Hmm. Okay. If hmm. So if we're doing this by individual, um, how does that work? Because it's coming from Twilio. How does it know? This because the sender's Twilio, right?
Right. And Twilio's probably not going to be in your contact list.
Yeah, so it's not going to show a preview image.
Correct. And to confirm, I just added that number to my contacts. And
Mhm.
then when I reopened my iMessage, the preview images came in.
Okay. Mhm. And it said Amy AMI invited you. Is it gonna?
Whoever the inviter is,
Okay, it'll be their one.
will be their name. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me work on the text just a little bit.
Hmm.
Once. Um. But yeah. Let's. I think everyone's got something to do for now, right? So
Hmm.
let me work on this. And I'll
Well,
come back.
okay. Yeah. Did you talk to Amin? Amin's back.
Yeah, but I think he's still working on the screen with the phone number.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also two PRs I have. I mean, if you want to take a look at those, are we gonna merge build 88? All looks good after testing.
yeah, 89 doesn't have what's in 88.
No, it does not because I kept it separate for to minimize risk.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if there was no major problems or anything that broke the chat, then I would request. I mean, I have two PRs. I mean, one fixes small bugs. The other one is kind of a bigger change with the cache and handling it when you go to lobby and back, and it stores it locally temporarily until either it fails or succeeds.
Mhm.
So if you want to take a look at that PR, let me know how you feel about it.
Yeah, will do.
Um, anything stands out to you, so we can get it in if it all looks good.
All right.
And let's look at, especially Ismail, look at what Jerry sent into um, the development channel yesterday. That one user, she recreated that bug where she's typing and she got the splash screen. Maybe, I mean, you could look at it too. I don't want to distract you guys too much, but let's just take a quick look at it. And then maybe it's probably, well, let's decide. I think it would be a good task for you, Ismail, but let's see who wants to tackle it because it's really weird.
Okay, so the user starts typing and then they. I'm looking at the screen record. Is there a specific time? Because it's 4 minutes long.
Yeah, go towards the end.
Towards the end, go it lasts 15 seconds.
Last 15 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
It's really obvious where it happens.
And I thought, well, I'm almost positive this user, I know other users where I've seen them go back through onboarding. I thought it was going to kick her back into onboarding, but it didn't actually kick her into onboarding, right?
No, it just
Yeah.
back to our lobby.
But I
So last
saw,
15 seconds she was typing and it succeeded. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now. Huh. Okay, so she was typing and it kicked her, put her in the. So did it happen only one time or was it happening consistently?
well, it's intermittent, but this is not the first time it's happened to her.
Correct.
I
Okay.
am 99% sure also that she had to go through onboarding one time. Isn't that the one where I screenshotted it? She was in the girl squad and she's like, I thought I had to go back through, or I thought everything's deleted. And I think I watched a session replay of hers where she was going back through onboarding.
Mm,
I feel like I
I think it
remember
had-
that, but I don't know if it's the same person.
We can look it up because I can now search by onboarding in session replay. Uh, and this was like in the last 30 days. So
Was there any errors or anything that was thrown on Sentry Cloud, Jerry, with this?
I don't have her session replay. I just I wasn't at my computer. I just forwarded the message when she sent it yesterday.
let's see
So is this a screen recording that she sent?
Yep.
Oh. She was
Yeah,
screen
she messaged me that in Circles, and then I shared that
see.
to Slack. Um,
Can we try to see if we can get anything from Sentry? Maybe
Yeah.
error was thrown that can help us.
I'm looking into it. Would be October 7th, Jerry. I've gotten that far.
well, I'm looking for her replay from this error. The
Okay.
one from Sunday would probably be easier to find and start.
Okay. That one didn't put her in onboarding.
Yeah, they put her in onboarding, but I have her user key, John. It's 23164.
Okay. One sec. Yeah, I'm just reading her message on August 7th. My circles went crazy and scared me. When I tried to log in just now, it glitched and then acted like I had just downloaded the app. So I'm almost positive I have the session replay right here actually that she went back through onboarding. Let me try and find that one. And yeah, give me that user ID one more time, but give me 1 second. I'm logging in. Okay, what was her user ID again?
23164.
23164. Okay, lots of session replays.
It's two separate replays. Um, Posted the replays in Slack.
Any luck?
Well, I posted them on Slack. It's two separate replays.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. Well, what about the one with the crash? Were you able to get that one?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
looking.
not the one with the onboarding, but the one from Sunday where the app reset.
Yeah, that one. Let's start with that one.
Yeah. So, like, it cuts off. The replay cuts off at the crash.
Well, because it crashed, probably, right? Which makes sense.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'd say. But if you go and I just have the replay, it's everything up until the crash, and then the after is everything after the crash.
Yeah. Oh, wow, I just read that they broke into the Louvre in France, like that museum.
Yeah, that was last night or yesterday during broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That's like Ocean 13.
Yeah, stole crown jewels.
For some reason, I thought I saw that they found like one of the crowns in a ditch or something.
Yeah,
Is
they dropped one on the way out.
that-
Nuts.
Yeah.
It's
I
good
still
that
got to
they
give them
dropped.
credit for pulling it off.
Yeah, some of that's really important history, like 100 years old.
yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, I found a message with you, Jerry, and her. Let's see. So this one must be after.
So that session replay you sent Jerry before the restart, that is not the same one. Let me see here. Because
Yeah.
um
It's this.
yeah,
It's
it,
her same session.
uh
Like
well the text, let me see it here. So the text were, oh yeah, it is the same text. It's just the replay stopped before it even crashed.
correct.
Weird. Well, that doesn't make any sense. So if we go to errors, there's one says undefined is not a function, but that looks like it's at 0, 0. So when the app first launched. Uh, yeah, so it can't be that error. Network errors are nothing there. This one launch. The other one. So this is after the restart, and this one didn't have anything useful either. So yeah. connection picked up. So Sentry itself stopped recording before the error hit. What if the error is related to Sentry? Could that be an option?
Anything's
And
possible.
therefore it stopped working? Like maybe
What,
Sentry caused the crash?
what stopped working then?
So the session replay stopped, like I would say maybe like 2 seconds before the crash.
Hmm.
So it's
Interesting.
like if you look at the session replays Jerry sent, you have the one before it crashed and the one after it crashed. And when it crashed, like that exact time where it crashed, there's 2 seconds gone that session replay or Sentry doesn't know anything about. It like went into the dark.
Are there any logs that say if the phone had a memory issue?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. There's no logs about anything. Like the whole session replay stopped
Prior to that,
right
though.
before the crash. On what?
Prior to that, I've seen before where it's like device low memory in the logs.
Um, well, we have the memory. So we have the performance status right before it crashed. I mean that performance status that indicates how much memory it's using, right?
Yeah, how
Or
much?
is that how much memory is left?
No, how much the app is using.
Yeah. So in her case, it was using like 600 megabytes, which is not bad at all, actually.
But
That's where
I
I'm
know what
at.
you're saying, Ron. Like there is like Sentry, it tells you whether this phone has a low memory or not. Like it's not in this session replay. Like from the tags, you have to go and find it somewhere else. Let me see if I can find it for this specific user.
This user is on the latest build too.
Mm-hmm.
That latest build, and this has been happening before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm reading the message she
Yeah.
sent.
No, not the memory, the restart, the random restart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says it's done this for a while now, like through multiple updates. I've uninstalled and reinstalled it. It's only annoying when I'm in the middle of typing something and then the screen goes away.
Hmm.
So, and this was at version 82. This was sent on October 8th.
And they have a newer Samsung.
Yeah,
Looks
it's
like.
a decent phone. Yeah, Android 16, OS 16 on a Samsung SM.
S23 Ultra.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the like the top performant ones.
And sometimes I always have a problem with one of those nicer Androids too, with in weird situations. I don't know why. Like where older ones were working better.
Well, 23 is, I think there's 25 now, so it's like 2 years old, but it's still the high-end device.
Right, right.
So
Okay.
it's the Ultra.
Okay.
No, her device was not like a low memory device. It was like it has like 8 gigs of RAM. So
S23 Ultra. Yeah.
Yeah, we're saying it's a high-end device.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I mean so. Thought we said it was a low end. I'm telling you, no, we said it was a high end, not a low end device. But yeah. But why did Sentry stop recording right before it crashed? It's almost like Sentry crashed before it crashed or stopped working. Wait a second. When Sentry, you know how Sentry sometimes splits sessions into 2 or 3, depending on how long they are.
Sometimes.
I mean,
Where are you going with this?
yeah,
when it does split them, is there a gap or is it 100% like covered?
I mean, I've
not
seen
like
sessions as
yeah.
long as 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them for over an hour, 2 hours even. I think
Correct,
it
but sometimes what it does is
like
it would
if
split
you
the same session into two sessions. Like they would like the app would not be closed. The user's still
sometimes
using the app, but it would still split them in two.
sometimes, but typically that's like if they background it and come back.
Not always, I would say.
I watch a lot of these. It's usually
Okay.
some break in their usage, like they do their, and
I was
it's
saying
usually
maybe that switch could potentially restart the app if it
hmm,
switched from one session replay to another.
possibly,
Um,
but it's I don't see that just like out of the blue for no reason. Let me think about that for a second.
Well, if she just started having this issue on
No,
our latest versions
this goes back weeks ago.
weeks ago,
I'm looking at one 2 weeks ago, and I do see where she had to re-onboard.
because like we did upgrade Sentry to the latest version.
Yeah,
Mm, maybe yeah, like social places break in here.
this one I have. She was, let's see, she's in onboarding. She was build 81. Something kicked her into onboarding. What's really weird, let me go back and tell you what I'm seeing here. It seems like there's a giant gap in replays. Like for the last 13 days, there are session replays for this user every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, this one 5 times a day, every day. But if you go back further than 13 days, there are none. Tori, can you check Kim Stewart's conversation with you? I want to see, is she always active, like for a month at least? Okay, so this is really bizarre because this is a very active user who is in there every day, but there's a 2 week gap in session replays, and it starts with her onboarding. So I guess on a very general presumption here, it's session replay related because why would there be none working at all, even though she uses the app every day for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden she has to onboard 13 days ago?
wasn't session replay not working for a bit?
It was always working on Android, never stopped working on Android, and she's on Android.
Oh, she's on Android. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the last one I have is a month ago. And what's really, really crazy is I'm in a 90. Well, then again, I have to also qualify this. I am filtering by screen is onboarding. So for the last 13 days, this is a clue of something. I don't know what this means, but some users, and I've said this before, they get in my filter existing users as they're in onboarding, but not all of them. Like obviously, like I wouldn't be able to filter by onboarding if every single user started in like what Century perceives as onboarding. But some users, like this one, they begin every session like they're in onboarding. So in other words, like if you just take her here, let me give you one of these. I'll put it in development. This is one of her replay. This is the one where she's in onboarding. This is the one where it kind of kicks it all off. She's for some reason has to re-download the app. Where's the damn development channel? There it is. So she's for some reason she's got no session replays that say is screen is onboarding for 90 days, none, except this one starts it off, which is onboarding. But then from then on, every session begins her in onboarding. And you can, if you click on her phone number, I just sent you guys the replay link of the one 13 days ago. If you click on her phone number, you'll see all those sessions. But it's important that you filter by her user. Well, let's see. It's gonna automatically filter by her user ID, but then you can also filter by screen is onboarding, and you'll see all of the replays that qualify as onboarding, but they're not. Obviously, she's like using the app. So something in our, I think on our end is starting. Well, at least Century is thinking we're starting in onboarding, and it looks like for some reason it does kick people into the onboarding, or at least the splash screen in this case, while she's typing. So what does it all mean?
I mean, I guess I don't know for sure, obviously, because there's no errors in sessions to essentially start recording. But I think it might be Century related, maybe, because I can't think of a bug that would affect the app randomly like that. Like if it was something wrong with our code, it would happen consistently, I would think, and it would affect all users.
I
But
am
since it's
seeing.
not,
Well, I'm seeing. I don't know what triggers it. Something's getting triggered where they're
but
like
she
on
was
this edge.
typing.
I don't know. What were you gonna say something to me?
No, no, I was
No.
not.
Like how I'm thinking about this is that she was typing, and typing is a common thing. And I think it's something like nothing special gets triggered when you're typing. Like if you're typing, whatever gets triggered. Like the code, it's the same code that's gonna run over and over. So therefore, I'm saying something like else interrupted, which makes me think it. I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying maybe it could be with Sentry because didn't Sentry cause problems like that in the past? Um,
What
I
kind of?
guess I kind of forget, but what problems did Sentry cause in the past that we fixed?
Um. Well, I don't
I
know that.
remember, I remember, for example, we had one where I guess the screen or the phone was slow because of the screen record. That was one problem, right? Was there any problem related to like the app crashing or restarting because of Sentry?
Um, Not verifiable, no.
Not at all. Okay.
And like you said, it would happen a lot, right?
Well, I would say no. If it was to be Sentry that causes it, that would be it wouldn't happen in a predicted way. Like it wouldn't happen the way we would predict because Sentry is learning its own thing. And it's different between user and device. Um, where if
There is
like
something different about this user. This maybe has something to do with it. I'm watching her replay from a month ago. This is on September 19th. This is the only replay I can find. Like after 13 days, they they are kind of non-existent, even though she's in the app constantly. But on
so
September
this is the
19th,
same user that crashed right
yeah,
now.
same
Okay.
user. Yeah, she's onboarding on a tablet, a Samsung SMX518U. Oh my god! But I can tell it's a tablet because it's really big and wide. And she's onboarding on this tablet. What if she
Okay.
switched between devices and now we got some weird problems that are unique to her?
Mm, that could be related. Let me think about this. So if she does switch devices, none of that would cause a sudden app restart though. And there's no like API errors that I see over here in the networks to like indicate that the user key was not passed or not verified or anything like that. Um,
And what's really
like I
weird is
said,
like she can delete.
the thing that bugs me
delete.
the most is that why did Sentry stop recording right before the crash?
Mhm.
Like 2 seconds before the crash. Why did it not pick it up? I think they're connected. Like that can be a coincidence.
What does amplitude tell us? Maybe there's some logs in amplitude that will shed light because that will continue recording. Jerry, would you help Ismail look at the amplitude time
I
frame? I
mean,
think
Amplitude tells us what the user is doing. Does Amplitude log errors at all?
No, Amplitude does not log errors. I'll pull the record just
just
cause.
knowing, yeah, knowing what is being done is something, you know.
But like, do you see what I'm saying now? Like, it can't be a coincidence where it stopped recording right before it crashed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that could be a lot of things. Like, let's say the phone has way too much memory overload, and it had to start shutting things down. That's not a sensory
It
problem.
doesn't. Well, it gives priority to the app that's like, let's say there was a memory overload, it would close the other apps. It won't
Yeah, from what
restart
I
the.
understand, like iPhones are really good at that, but Androids aren't as good. And I'm only using that as a hypothetical scenario. Like, I don't mean that's what happened, but it's an
Mhm.
example of something that could happen that
Also,
is not sensory related.
also, if it was like a memory issue, the whole app reloaded. What we see, that doesn't. It's not the app got reloaded.
What
It's
loaded?
so like React Native apps. They're
Mm,
like they're not like as like when you see the splash screen,
yeah.
it's like the inner, like you can call it an inner app that got reloaded, but
Mm.
like the shell, the whole thing, like the actual app, the system knows it did not get reloaded. It was still there, and
How do you
that's
know
why.
that?
Hmm?
How do you know that?
That's how React Native apps are.
I know, but watching the session replay, how do you know the app didn't reload?
It didn't reload the app, like because so okay, let me try to explain like how React Native apps are architected. So you have the app itself, and inside the app, there's like an engine that runs the JavaScript code. Well, that we write. That engine got shut down, but the actual app did not. It's still opening, just like that engine that operates the JavaScript
And
stuff.
you know this because you can see it in the replay.
No, because the app didn't close. If it was a
Yeah,
full
the
app,
app didn't close. Yeah,
Okay,
like you
I'm
can
seeing the
see it.
splash screen
Yeah,
and
yeah. Well,
I see it
mm,
reload the lobby. What makes you think it didn't reload the app?
again, the engine that get reloaded. That's why you see the splash screen. If the app that got closed because of RAM, the user will be in the home screen, or it will be
Wait,
like,
wait, wait,
well,
wait. The
no,
home
I think
screen is the
I
lobby now.
no, I think I mean what you're trying to say is if it was a RAM problem, the app would close. It wouldn't restart. It would fully close.
Well,
Is, is that what you're saying, I mean?
yeah, like fully closed. Maybe the user will see like the native alert that Circles
Yes.
crashed. You want to send
okay,
a
well
request.
let's talk this through a little bit. Okay, I've used circles for a long time, and once in a while, when I put it in the background and bring it back, I see a splash screen. What is that?
We talked about that
I
last
know,
week
but
or
isn't
two
that
weeks
like
ago.
it's not like the app crashed, right? So how is it much different than like if you watch the session replay here? I mean, I want you to
Yeah, I'm watching.
watch it, and I want you to tell me if you still believe that assessment because I see the lobby sliding in from the bottom. That tells me the lobby is reloaded. The app is
No, no,
reloaded.
the app reloaded. I mean, he's not arguing that the app did
Yeah,
not reload. He's
I thought
saying the app did not crash, therefore he's trying to rule out memory.
I see. Okay. Okay. So the app reloaded. That's a problem though that forced it to reload, right? Doesn't that like when I pull it from the background and it reloads, isn't that because it's like it wasn't like had too much memory to had to clear out?
Um, when it does that, I think for in general, if if yeah, sometimes the OS would temporarily clear out the memory for that app, not close it all the way, but clear out the memory because it's